Hi there, I'm Kevin Benedict, SMAC Analyst with Cognizant, and I want to thank you for joining. I think one of the places to start here is to say, what does SMAC Analyst mean? SMAC, Social, Mobile, Analytics, and Cloud. You know, we looked at the nexus of forces, as Gartner says, and says this social, mobile, and Gartner says information and cloud are four powers or four trends that working together can completely change businesses. And I want to talk about that today in a number of different contexts. You know, one of the things I really want to bring up today in our discussion is the concept of time-space compression. What does time-space compression means? Well, it is the result of technologies that seem to accelerate speed and reduce distances. What does that really mean to us? Well, let me give you some examples. Technologies such as the internet, mobile communications, SMS, social networking, all of these things make it so we can talk to people on the other side of the planet. That has the effect of reducing distance. Also, we can talk to people in all kinds of time zones instantaneously with mobile technology. Again, reducing perceived distances and making things happen a lot faster. We don't have to stamp an envelope and put it in the mail and wait 2 weeks for it to get to the other side of the world. We can do instantaneous communication. All these things have a way of compressing both time and space. Two other definitions I think are important for us to talk about today. One is drumology, which is D-R-O-M-O-L-O-G-Y. Drumology is the science or logic of speed. It's discussing how the speed of our operational tempos today are changing, and how does that impact both us as individuals, as companies, as markets, as industries, and in the competitive landscape. Another definition, Chrono strategy, C-H-R-O-N-O strategy. Chrono strategy, which is time strategy. How to use the notion of time and the saving of time and the compressing of time to give yourself a competitive advantage. You know, one of the things that I'm learning a lot of lately is that, in fact, those are the reasons why people are embracing mobility. You know, people are rarely talking and debating in their meetings anymore about the value or the virtues of mobility. They recognize that mobility is this trend that nothing can stop. However, there's a sea change. Rather than debating the merits of mobility itself, they're asking themselves, why mobility? How does that help us as an overall strategy in a company? Bottom line is, the world is changing. There's a sea change. The trend is around time, space, compression. The tempo of operation in business is so much faster than it used to be. The internet with mobile technology enables real-time price comparisons, product reviews, recommendations. You can look up on the map where something is on in a location based upon where you are and where it is, and then have your system automatically tell you the best route to take in order to get there. All these things, again, are compressing time and reducing the perceived distance of objects to us. You know, I spent the last 2 weeks in Australia and New Zealand. How did I get there? That's what all my friends said. They said, why are you in Australia and New Zealand, and what kind of work would you do on the other side of the world? Well, the perceived distance is a lot less than it used to be. I do my work in Boise, Idaho for the most part. People read some of the articles I write, they watch webinars, they see some videos and interviews that I've done, and then they ask me to speak at places around the world. The distance between me and Australia shrinks when somebody can go to my blog site and watch a video or read an article. It really does. I am able to project my business to the other side of the planet with virtually no expense. It changes the very essence of business today, these kinds of technologies. And let's just talk about some of these technologies. We talked about the technologies themselves that in fact compress time and space, but transportation, things like trains and jets and rockets and cargo ships, all these things, again, allow you to get things such as overnight delivery from thousands of miles away. Again, compressing time and distance. Businesses, you're looking at things like ultra-fast market trading systems, globalization, online sales, faster production cycles, mobile payments, mobile invoices, mobile banking. All of this stuff allows you to do things in totally different ways than you were before. Not to mention the way digitized media has changed completely from the brick and mortar days of past. So these are all things we really have to pay attention to. It's really a historic shift, this time and space compression that is really impacting all kinds of peoples and industries. And it's important for each of us to understand that these are really the factors that are driving mobility. It's not mobility by itself. Yes, there's some novelty to it when you first deploy it, but there needs to be, really what am I doing here? The fact is, operational tempos are speeding up because of time and space compression. Companies that want to succeed, they need to analyze faster. They need to communicate faster. They need to collect data faster, analyze it, report it faster, make faster decisions, deliver faster, all of these things. That is where business is coming from. Do you know a gentleman named Paul Virilio? He was a professor out of France. He talks a lot about time and speed compression, and he actually goes and he makes some really important statements here. He says that speed at which something happens may change its essential nature. And I was sharing with you how my business has changed based on the speed which things can be done over the internet and over mobile technology. But he goes on to argue that which moves with speed quickly comes to dominate that which is slower. Let me repeat that. It's notable. That which moves with speed quickly comes to dominate that which is slower. That is the competitive motivation for implementing enterprise mobility, analytics, social, utilizing cloud. It's really the trend of time-space compression. Virilio also suggests that there is a shift toward the emergence and dominance of chrono strategies. He says, companies will quickly start studying their strategies around time. How do you compress time? How do you get things faster, better, quicker? How can you handle customer issues faster? How can you deliver services faster? How can you get manufacturing done faster? How can you turn over capital faster? All these things are driving the giant business trends that we have out there. Mobility plays a key component of that by allowing the real-time aspects of data collection, analyzing, and reporting back to the people that need to see it in order to make better decisions. Companies are constantly seeking ways to improve and optimize their workforce and productivity in the field. Chrono Strategies plays an intimate role in that, and a very essential role in that. I do a lot of work within the services business, and I can see daily how they're looking at ways to increase productivity, to optimize routes, to optimize schedules, so they can get the most out of their mobile workforce. The bottom line is the world is changing, and time and space compression is happening all around us. The real question each of us need to ask ourselves is this. It's not whether there's value in implementing enterprise mobility. That's a given today. The real question is, can your company transform itself to keep up with the time-space compression that is happening all around it in your competitive markets? That is the question that we should ask ourselves going into 2013. With that, I want to thank you so much for watching.